Sara Beck. I'm a staff sergeant with the Hamilton Police Service in the homicide unit. I'm here today to give an update on the city's 6th homicide. On Saturday, August 3rd, 2024, Hamilton paramedics responded to 36 Queen Street South for a report of a medical call. Upon arrival, they discovered a 46-year-old male, David Fugler, unconscious in his room. He was transported to the General Hospital, where he was pronounced deceased at 3 o'clock in the morning that next morning. As a result, the coroner was contacted and spoke to family. From there, the coroner ordered an autopsy and reached out to the Hamilton Police Service Saturday afternoon to make them aware of the sudden death. Based on that information, the Hamilton Police responded to 36 Queen Street and held the scene there and attended the autopsy that was conducted Monday morning. At the conclusion of the autopsy, from the results of the autopsy, it was determined that the death was a homicide. From there, the homicide unit was called in Monday afternoon and began the investigation. A search warrant was executed yesterday at the residence in which the apartment was searched, as well as 2 other rooms within the home and some common areas. Based on the investigation thus far, investigators formed grounds to charge the 40-year-old roommate of David, Hemraj Blackhand, with second-degree murder. He was arrested yesterday afternoon and transported to the Hamilton Police Service, where he was held for bail and will appear in court today. Our heartfelt condolences go out to the Fugler family, and our thoughts and prayers are with them at this difficult time. In terms of the investigation, there were no firearms used, and mental health does play a role in what happened. We are not seeking any additional suspects at this time.
What can you tell us about what happened in that apartment?
I can tell you that there was an altercation, which ultimately led to the death. I'm not going to get into exactly what that was or the injuries sustained. At this point, that is going to be part of our holdback information in terms of the injuries from autopsy, as well as whether or not there was a weapon used. I can tell you that there was no firearm used, but ultimately that information would only be known to the accused party in this case. And so that will be evidence for us in court.
Well, what is this place and what kind of people live there? It
is a group home type facility. There are about 8 residents there. They have varying different conditions, whether that be mental health conditions or developmental delay.
Do you know how long the 2 men lived together? Like they lived in the same unit?
They lived in the same room, yes. They lived together for a number of months.
So this was an argument between the 2 that precipitated something happening, or had this been simmering? Did people at the facility or home know that stuff was going on between this fellow David and the other guy?
No, there was nothing to indicate that there was an issue prior to this happening. Without getting into motive and exactly what happened, all I will say is that it was mental health related.
Was this a staffed facility? Like, would there have been staff there 24/7 or you know?
Yes, it is a staffed facility. There are staff that are there 24/7, as well as some staff that live on site, so they are available to assist at all times. The facility was very cooperative with police. We did interview all of the residents as well as a number of staff members.
And sort of did staff intervene in the original application, or was it known?
It was not known that it had occurred. The only way that we were able to find out that something had happened initially was from the autopsy itself. Okay. Go ahead.
What's the city doing at this point? Is it a city-run facility? Like, what are they doing now? Are they looking at ways to possibly prevent this? I mean, sometimes you just can't prevent things, right? Some things just flare up and it happens, right? Are they looking into any of this?
Right, from what I understand, it's not a city-run facility. They don't have a history of this type of issue occurring before. It's not a place that police are responding to on a regular basis. So at this point, no, nothing's being done in terms of city response.
So it's a private facility, or is it like a halfway house, or how
It's
would
not
you
a half,
describe it?
not a halfway house, private facility.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yesterday's release said that police will be there for a number of days. Are police still at the area?
We're not, nope. We finished processing the scene yesterday evening.
What more can you tell us about the suspect? Man who was arrested.
I can tell you that he is 40 years old. He's from the Hamilton area, and he has lived in the facility for a number of years.
So you're saying this is mental health related, so he has mental health conditions?
I will confirm that, but that's about as much I'll say. It is his kind of medical situation in terms of what that is, so I'm not going to go into detail, but it is mental health related in terms of what happened.
How was the suspect arrested? Sorry. Like, was he found? Was he arrested in the facility? Was he found somewhere else?
He was arrested at the facility.
Was David found with visible injuries?
There were injuries to the body, yes.
Were police involved, sorry, did police show up initially to the medical call that paramedics attended on the Saturday?
No, police were never dispatched. It was strictly a medical call.
Back to the injuries. So there were visible injuries. Would you say he was beaten?
I'm not going to disclose the injuries.
The accused who's now in court, the question I was, is he known to police for just mental issues or for violence in the past or anything like that?
He is known to police. He does have a criminal record, but I'm not going to get into what that is.
I'm guessing if there's no other suspects, there's no ongoing threats to public safety. Is that correct?
Correct. No ongoing threats to public safety, and we're not seeking anybody else.
You might not have the answer to this, but is it a normal thing to have someone with a criminal record, a criminal past, mental health issues being roomed with another person?
We'd have to ask the facility if that is the normal practice for them.
Is the police investigation done?
It is concluded at this point, yes.
So you're certainly not looking into any other aspects of the case regarding security on site or whether anyone else bears responsibility for the altercation or the death?
That's right.
Okay, we'll take one last question and we'll conclude this. If there's any more.
Okay.
Okay, this will conclude the trial.
I'll throw in one more.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Has police been in further touch with the family of David?
Yes, we have. We've been communicating with David's brother.
And what have they said about the arrest?
They're very happy and they're very grateful that the arrest has been made, but obviously equally so upset in such a tragic death and very unexpected. And like I said, our heartfelt condolences go out to the family, and they've been very cooperative. So we've supported them. They've been in touch with our victim services unit, and we'll continue to be in touch with them.
Can I just get your proper name, spelling, and who you're with, like your unit that you're with?
Yes, my name is Sara Beck, Sarabeck, and I am with the homicide unit, and my title is Detective Sergeant.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
everyone for coming.